class. Welcome to Philosophy 208, Ethics and Moral Reasoning. I am your instructor, Professor Moore, and I am super excited to be with you guys for the next 5 weeks. So basically this is just an introductory philosophy class, and the main topic that we discuss is us human beings. That's pretty much the bulk of philosophy is kind of digging into human nature, kind of looking at what we believe, how we think, and how those affect how we behave and then in turn engage others. And really philosophy lays the foundation for many of the kind of social science and liberal arts types fields because they all have that commonality of looking at human nature and what it means to be human beings, and it's because they all started as philosophy. But I digress. I will save talking more about that when I do the week 1 weekly guidance. So you guys see, if you have found this video, you have made it into class. Good job on that. And so when you first log into class, you will be on the home screen here. And you will actually see this welcome video posted first as an announcement, but since I'm making it, I can't post it, right, till I'm done, right? So I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys just to kind of walk us through class here real quickly and help us all just, get on the right track here. So, like I said, when you first log in, and you're going to see this home screen, and if you scroll down, there's going to be a Start Here button. Best practice is just to start there. Basically, when you hit that Start Here button, what it does is it walks you through each of these links over here on the left here. And so you just want to go and, at least one time when you first log into class, go to the Start Here and walk through each of these pages and do the, by clicking the next button here. It's just a good way to help you kind of get used to navigating the classroom if you're not so familiar with how Canvas works. And it's just a good way to, get a good overview of what is going on in class. So I'm not going to walk us through each of those pages right now. I'm sure, you guys, we're all mature adults here, right? And you guys can figure out how to do that. And of course, if you can't and you need any help with anything in class, you guys, you can reach out to me. I am here for you. That is my job, to help you guys be successful. Class is not about me. It's about all of you guys. So anything that you need, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Can't submit your work for you, but I can be there to help you in any other way possible. So as long as you reach out to me, we can always work it out. And then, as long as you get your work submitted, we can always work it out, guys. No problems. So what I want to do is now, just real quickly, like I said, go through each of those pages from the Start Here button. And then just a little quick way to navigate the classrooms, kind of what I like to do, is to go to each of these links, and if you just right click on them and hit that open link in new page. Oh, sorry, I got lost there. On mine, when I'm in the instructor view, it has a actual discussion link here. I didn't realize you guys didn't have one of those, but that's alright. It should be under here. Yeah, there they are. Alright, so the best way to find information in the class quickly is to go to the modules link here. And when you go there, you see each of those link pages that if you go to the Start Here and hit the next button on, this is what it walks you through right here. So this is pretty much the whole course outline here. Each week is set up into a module. So when you go, you'll see week 1, week 2, and so on. And under each of those are links to all the information that you will need for that week. All the assignments that are due, or discussion questions that are due, any of the readings that are due for the week are all going to be right here. And then, of course, another little quick trick here is that to find the readings in class and videos and all the other stuff we use in class, and you can go to the course resources. You just right click on that, open it in a new tab. That's really the good thing about Canvas, is that we have this ability to open these multiple pages and multiple tabs. It kind of helps it a little bit easier to, makes it a little bit easier to kind of navigate and manage what's going on. Alright, sorry. I take a sip of water there. So, alright, so under here you'll see I just want to direct you. Each week you will, like I said, have the resources for class listed, but if for some reason you can't find them, you can't find links for them, you can always go to these two links here, the recommended and the required resources, and find everything that you need. Course calendar, that is a nifty little page and a nifty little tool to help us keep up with the due dates in class, so I would recommend checking that. Actually, what I do, guys, is I go through and I have little calendars that I make up for each class, and I have the assignments listed on them. And so what I do is just pretty much day by day, week by week, I get my little calendar out, and I look at what's due, and I make marks of what I need to do in class. I make marks of what I've done in class, like gone into the discussions, gone in and graded this, gone in and done that, sent this person emails. I mark all of that down on my calendar, and it really helps me keep up with what is going on in class. So I'd recommend you guys do that too. And if you email me and ask me, I will be more than happy to share the little template of the calendar I have. It's not like perfect or anything, but it works for me. And if you would like that, I would be more than happy to send that to you. Just shoot me an email, and I'll get it to you there. So just wanted to point that out there. Let me go back here to course. Oh, sorry, I told you guys wrong. I'm sorry, under the course resources is how you get to places like the Writing Center and Turnitin to go check your work for originality and kind of, make sure you don't have any plagiarism issues. The best academic rule for writing is to always follow the 80-20 rule of originality. That's where you write in 80% your own words and no more than 20% cited sources. Super easy way to make sure that you follow that requirement and you don't start kind of dipping into those plagiarism, lack of originality issues is by paraphrasing. Don't copy and paste quotes into your paper. Rather, take that quote that you want to use and change it around so that you write it in your own words. And then you simply just put the author and the date in parentheses at the end of that paraphrased sentence there, and that indicates that you got that information from that source. So it's always, best practice is to always do it that way. Don't copy and paste. Okay, guys? And then, of course, there are student resources. There are a bunch of different departments there that you might have to look into. And then, once again, if there's anything you would ever need in class, you guys just reach out to me. If I don't know the answer, I can certainly find it for you. So you guys can go through here. Of course, I just want to point this out. There's the Ask Your Instructor link there, and it's just a discussion forum. So any questions you would have about anything in class that aren't of a private nature, if it's more of a private nature, email that to me. But if it's just a general question about the assignments in class or about the instructions or readings or anything like that, just, general that you think maybe other your peers in class might be struggling with too, that's a good place to go post those questions. I teach online and I have live classes too. So I'm really pretty much on the computer at least once a day. So I'm pretty good about answering questions within a day, 2 days at the most. So it's like if you would post on Monday, it might be like Tuesday before I get back to you. In the rare cases, if I'm super busy, Wednesday would be the latest I would get back to you. But usually pretty good about responding pretty quickly to you guys. So once again, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Along those lines, let me just go ahead and say this, when we come into class, even though we're not all physically present, this is our safe learning space for all of us to learn and grow together. And because of that, I want us to always be mindful of how we treat each other, and I want us to always treat each other with compassion, respect, and understanding. And I know that we are all more than capable of conducting ourselves in that manner. And if you have any questions on netiquette policies, once again, guys, just reach out. out to me. So that's about wrapping it up here. Let me just point out lastly the announcements. And the grades there. Whenever I grade assignments, I will always go and post an announcements to alert you guys that I have those assignments graded. And then if you just go to the grade link there, you'll see all your grades for those assignments. And when you turn in your paper assignments and Waypoint, it will submit it to turn it in automatically for you. So you can do that check and make sure you're not over 20% on your paper with a similarity. And you can also, I'm pretty sure when you go in there, you can click the link to take you to the feedback in Waypoint, because when you go to do your assignments, I believe you have to go look in Waypoint to see all this, see all that feedback and where I've marked up on your papers and giving you suggestions and stuff like that. Once again, have any problems, just reach out to me, guys. I'm more than happy to help you with anything in class. I want everybody to be successful, and I know that you guys will be. And overall, some students feel a little kind of daunting when they first get in and see the class, and you guys just take it day by day, take it week by week. Don't get yourself overwhelmed. And then like I said, I'm here to help you in any way possible. So I have two things I want to point out to you. We have this nifty little tool now in our classrooms called conferences. And basically what this is, it's like a conference room, kind of like an online office type thing. And it is a place where we can go to kind of do like office visits if you guys would ever want to do that. I think I'll probably send out an announcement probably at the end of this week, after probably right when I get next week, after you guys get your first week 1 assignment submitted, so that we can maybe try to get together as a class and talk about our research and kind of the research requirements for those final papers. That is something we kind of scaffold, because we kind of work on that throughout class up to that final research paper, and we'll get the opportunity in the discussions to kind of work a little bit on our research. And it's a good thing to do it private, where I give you feedback and we can talk about it. And I've seen that it's also seems to help students out when you guys can give each other kind of that peer review type feedback. So just a note on that. So make sure you check the announcements to see. I'm probably going to send out a poll, like I said, and try to gauge a good time to where we can all get together, or at least the majority of us can get together. It is something that can be recorded, so we can record it and everybody else can watch it if you can't actually get to the live thing. But like I said, it's kind of cool little tool there. And even if you'd want an office visit, there is an option to where we could just kind of come in, and it would be like this. There's a little screen there to where you'd see my face, I can see your face. If you want to turn your camera on, as long as you have audio, you can hear me talk and we can talk. Kind of think of it like FaceTime, like the Facebook kind of live chat, but in an actual classroom type setting. So just put that out there. I always give my students that option too. You can always get me. Email is the best way to contact me. You can always get me by phone. We can always set up a phone chat at our convenience. And then, like I said, the online office is a great place for us to go and talk about stuff too. So, all right, last thing, promise. I want to point out the announcements. Make a habit of at least once a week coming into the announcement, or when you come into class, checking the announcements. This is where I'll put up resources and a bunch of other stuff for you guys to use throughout class. And just, I promise this is the very last thing, and just noting this too, I want to point out discussion expectations. Make sure you read that. You are required to have a minimum of 4 posts each week, each discussion. So basically what that means is you always want to have one initial discussion post answering all parts of the questions. Make sure that you support your discussion post with academic sources. So I want to see citations and references and an APA, and then so that one initial post and then 3 participation posts. You can get 2 days a weekend of those 4 posts. I don't really harp on it not being 4 days each week, but I do encourage you to try to get in and get in those discussions as much as possible. They are an important part of class. And I do have a little bonus assignment set up for us if you guys would be interested in it, and I do encourage you to try the practice. It is a practice that I use with all of my classes and all my live classes, and it's just a simple little breathing technique that helps us create the space and kind of focus. It gets our minds in the right space to focus on our schoolwork, helps relax our body so that we can kind of get rid of all the tension and stress from everything else in our life and kind of focus on the task at hand. And so it's a good little practice that I would invite and encourage you to try to adopt. And then I do have a discussion set up. That's kind of just a bonus assignment. If you want to participate in it, those bonus points will be applied at the end of class. But just a little space for us to kind of write about our experience each week with the mindfulness practice. And I know sometimes students feel a little apprehensive about sharing that information online. But, when it comes down to these kind of things, like everything in class, only share what you're comfortable sharing, and it's just a good little, that discussion is not only a good place for us to share about our experience with how we think the mindfulness practice is helping us with our schoolwork, but it's also a place where maybe we could go and share like study tips and kind of time management and organization type things too, because those kind of all tie in with the mindfulness practice. So you see I have an announcement there that explains all of it, and when you go under the modules, where is that listed here? Let's check that out real quick, and then I will let you guys go to explore class on your own. It's probably at the very bottom, I'm thinking. How strange that is not in here. Anyway, I will figure it out and I will get that set up for you guys so that you can see that discussion. And that is it, guys. So once again, I'm super excited. I know we're going to have a great time in class. It really is a fun class, and I think you're all going to enjoy it. And I will see you in the discussions. All right, guys. Bye.